Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul. You're watching me on my YouTube channel of my talks, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always try to enlighten those topics which are important in life, because I usually try to talk about pragmatic things, practical things are important. If you keep focusing on those things which are important in life, and always segregating and trying to do focus on those things which are important in our life, then we will move ahead. And if we will try to do futile things, there are a lot of things available if you want to dissipate away all your time, but we don't want to focus there because we are human beings and we have certain needs, and everyday needs makes us someone who will always be ready, who will always be prompt to take actions. Otherwise, without need, without hunger, you won't even go away to make and strive for new things in your life. And that is why it is essential that we should have purpose in our life, we should have motivation in our life so that we can move ahead to achieve that very destiny. And for everything that we want to achieve, self-confidence is needed, and always try to foster that self-belief in you that you are enough. All you need to do, you need to focus on those things, on those skills which can make you a better personality. Because if you will foster a better skill, if you will sharpen your blade and work on your craft to become better, it can help you, in every possible way. And that is why identifying the opportunity is in our hand. If we will identify the opportunity and if we will make our path brighter, we will be really incisive personality. Otherwise, there is a lot of things which are for distractions. So if you want to be distracted away all the time, that means you're not awakened, you're not in control of your own mind on decisions that are being made. It is not being made by you, and that is why problems arises. So if you want to stop all these things, you have to focus on your strength. I just try to tell you that there are a lot of people, who have certain wisdom, who have certain dreams in their life, but they don't want to aspire for that very dream. Otherwise, what happens if they aspire a little bit, after certain time they try to get absolved of that very process because of a little bit of tedious task, whatever happens. I just want to tell you that sometimes when you try to dig up, maybe your treasury will not be found after 10 feet or after 12 feet. And it may be that after 2 feet, if you will keep doing that, you'll get your treasury, you will have treasures in your life. The same is true, if you will stick to certain things, if you will stick to certain actions, you will see that in later stage of your life it will fructify. It will satiate all your need and you will be able to make a living out of that very skill. So don't give up. Every skill, if you will become master of that, there are certain marketability of that very skill. So you can sell your services, you can sell your product of that very skill, and you can make a living out of that. And that is why I would like to tell you that if you live today, if you will abdicate your striving, your efforts, it may be you won't be able to achieve that. And that is why it is better to cling on sometimes, because it needs such an inertia, such an energy, to get past that threshold amount of work and effort that is required in every work. Wherever you want to invest your time, it will take certain time and certain efforts to fructify. Every every seed that you try to harvest, first of all you have to sow that very seed, then you have to water it, you have to nurture it, and after some times, it will take some time to develop, and after that you can harvest and you can reap. Then you will see that its implications, its results, its yield is going to help you. Otherwise, if you're thinking that overnight something should happen, it is very few time it would be true that overnight something will happen. It may be that you become more dexterous overnight on a certain skills, but if you want to get financial benefit out of that, if you want to capitalize on that very skills, it will take some time, it will take a process. Then it will fructify, and that is why the hope that you try to give up. You should be reluctant in giving up. You don't give up. Try to make and foster your path. You will certainly be able to achieve that. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. Never ever give up. Never ever leave your hope. Cling on. If you will be clinging on certain opportunities and certain skills, it will certainly pave the way. And that is what is today's mantra. Keep working, keep slogging, whatever you are doing, and certain results will certainly come. If you talk about how to find opportunities, there are a lot of opportunity in the market. If you are a little bit tech savvy and little bit educated personality, you should certainly dive in online arena and online opportunities. There are multitude of opportunities, especially in this AI age. It has become easier to create content, to become creative, and to become someone who can create content and can make other people illuminate. And video is becoming one of the most you know apparent, and amicable way to interact with people. So anything you want to educate people, or any kind of SOPs that you want to create for any process, for any system, you can create that and you can sell that. Because video teaching are becoming one of the most lucrative market for all the people try to solve their problems nowadays. Every previous time it was happening that you want to entertain people, and whatever you want to project, people will see that because they had time and they had free time and they were investing that, they were free out of debt. But the inflation is going really steep higher. So nowadays everybody is in want of money, everybody is having problem, they want solution, they want real help. And if you can solve that, if you can give insight to solve their real problems, what will happen? They will stick to your content, they will stick to your educations, they will stick to your services. And that is what you have to do nowadays, because nobody wants to go futile, nobody wants to dissipate their time. Everybody wants productive time, everybody wants to invest in something positive. They want to see reality, what could be implications of investing their time. They want to see real positive result, because they have need of money and they want to invest in that kind of productivity where they can fetch such a money, because they want to live their life better as well, because they are becoming educated, they are becoming more aware. And online facilities, especially the knowledge that is being provided because of the world wide wave in their hand, because of the mobile, that is they are able to function and they are able to afford internet connections, they are able to learn everything quickly. And that is why they want result nowadays. They are not in those eras which if will only entertain, and they are going to make and give their time altogether to you. Previously it was happening, but nowadays they want solution, they want better content and better productive results. And that is what will foster the new world. In this new world, the AI is upcoming, and you have to be more incisive, you have to be more productive, you have to be more agile, and adept in using technology. So you have to be more tech savvy as well. So if you will be dynamic enough to use these AI machines, which are really sophisticated and can give more products, and can be more productive. So you have to develop yourself along with these AI machines, and you have to be more competent so that you can bring and can fetch better results out of that. And that is what the industries are looking for. They want dynamic people nowadays who can solve problems, who can create better opportunities, and who can really give more productivity, who can proliferate their marketing and their business, their products, whatever they desire. So if you want to survive in nowadays, you have to do miracles. You have to show dexterous quality, you have to show incisiveness and adeptness that nobody could have. So those incisive quality that you will possess, you will certainly be better to make opportunities for you. So be dynamic and don't dissipate your time in ordinary futile things. Let the world talk about other things, but it's you who will have to focus on good things. Leave all these bad things altogether. There is nothing in dharma as of you that you have perceived of. All things are in karma, and if you will see the dharma with right karma, then you will only be able to perceive the real God, what is lying within you, not outside of you, and not in futile rituals, rather in better clarity, rather in better understanding, rather in better knowledge. So when you will search within, when you look around, and once the veil will be uplifted, then you will realize how much you are wasting time in searching for the real God outside, which is lying within you from a long time, in your clarity, in your wisdom. And all these fabrications are only to shut down your real strength, your real connection, to sabotage that, and to make you always in a cycle which can live longer for many eons. You will not be able to wake up if you will dissipate time, and if you will not be able to uplift the veil around you. So you have to look forward, you have to become more spiritually awakened. If you will be meditative, if you will be looking around and perceive reality, what is happening around, and how the things are unfolding, how the synchronicity of time and dimensions works, how incisiveness of mind, how logical mind and rationality of the worlds connects all together, and how it tastes you all the time, your own strength, your own belief system, how much you give up, and how you give up in front of whom, and how your strength lies within your strong mentality. A lot of things are available if you want to search, if you want to really see beyond what is lying within you. And how these little entities across dimensions fabricates around you, what they need, what they are looking for you. All these things, when you see from within, then you will understand exactly what is going on. Otherwise, if you want to dissipate away all your time, if you want to squander all your money and time, then there are a lot of things available in the world. Be always oblivion. Be always someone who can always look for monkeys and snakes all around. But if you are really incisive enough, you will see within first of all, and then you will be having inquisitive mind to search around what is going on, how the universe plays with you, and how the system plays with you, until and unless you don't become awake yet, because everybody is given as much as they are illuminated. Thank you for listening to me.